Hey guys, this is Emrax bringing you the top 10 best mid laners for the game League of Legends. Please note that the game is constantly evolving, so if you want to stay ahead of the game, be sure to click that subscribe button, and let's kick this off with number 10. Starting off, I pick Lux. Lux has some good burst damage, good CC, and a very good efficiency at long range. Topping her off, she's relatively a safe mid laner. She has some of the best pokes and shields in the game. The only drawback Lux has is she's mana dependent and suffers from low mobility and has a relatively weak early game. For number 9, I went with Orianna. Ori is a fairly unique champion, has strong harass, AoE damage, speed buffs, as well as a shield. Additionally, she can use her ball to grant vision in bushes. Orianna shines in teamfights with her ultimate and her W. The downside to her kit is she lacks range and is dependent on landing her skill shots, especially her ultimate. Number 8, who else would it be than Brand? Brand has some great AoE damage, harass and poke, and is an easy champion to farm with. Brand has a good amount of burst damage and is good at responding to ganks. Brand's downside is he's not very mobile, he's mana dependent and independent, and Brand is relatively easy to be countered. Coming in at number 7, Ahri. Ahri is one of my favorite AP assassins, coming equipped with good burst damage and high mobility. What puts Ahri ahead of most mid laners is her built-in sustain and low cooldowns. Ahri is also known for her deadly CC on her charm. The biggest downside to Ahri is her relatively weak early game and that dependency on landing that charm for the additional damage. With that being said, Ahri is still one of the funnest mid laners and definitely worth you guys picking up. For number 6, I picked Syndra. Syndra is one of the funnest AP casters in the game. She comes equipped with massive burst damage and low cooldowns. She also has the potential to stun up to 4 people in a team fight. Syndra is a fairly easy champion to farm with. Unfortunately, she's really high in skill cap and has some mana issues and tends to be very squishy. For number 5, I went with Akali. Akali is one of the strongest assassins in the game due to her high mobility on ultimate as well as strong burst. She has unique escaping abilities using her Twilight Shroud, and she excels at dueling. She's also fairly decent at roaming, and the only downside is she can be countered by pink wards, and she has a really weak early game. For number 4, who else would it be than Fizz? Fizz is an ideal solo queue champion, having such high burst potential, high mobility, and damage mitigation. Now Fizz does do poorly in some matchups, and can be punished harshly for his misplays, but even after his changes, he's still a really good champion, and it's definitely someone I'd recommend. Coming in at number 3, Ziggs. Ziggs is a champion with amazing poke capabilities, as well as high burst potential. Ziggs is the king at harassing in mid lane, and comes well equipped with solid escapes. Ziggs excels at controlling teamfights with his AoE slows and interrupt. Ziggs' downside is he requires good positioning and good aiming. For number 2, I picked Zed. Zed is a great burst assassin and has a very high skill cap, so he might not be for everyone, but those willing to practice and master Zed can see his true potential. Zed is amazing at dueling, split pushing, and with his high mobility he can help pressure other lanes and take objectives. Before moving on to number 1, I decided to show you guys my honorable mentions. Now these are the 3 champions who I feel are really solid, but unfortunately they're not up to par with other champions, and since this is only a 10 list, and Riot has given us so many good champions, I couldn't put all these guys on one list, so I had to throw them in here. So is Diana, LeBlanc, and Lissandra. These are very solid picks and probably some of my favorites, especially Diana. So definitely check these champions out, definitely during a free week. Number 1 wasn't really easy to pick, but I had to say Katarina was the best candidate. She's a solid AP carry that deals a lot of burst damage and excels at team fights. Katarina is also known for her ability to snowball hard and having a high mobility. Also, coming equipped with lots of AoE damage. The biggest downside to Kat is her melee attack range, and her kit doesn't bring anything to a team aside from damage. Thanks for watching. Be sure to drop a comment if you feel I left any champion out or have a suggestion for a future video. And as always guys, don't forget to subscribe.